All right, so I'm going to be doing a review of another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again, brother. And today we're going to be talking about Avengers Assemble, the Serpent scenario. This is written by Steve Orlando, and yeah, this was a book that was originally meant to be an ongoing. I'm going to say that right now. This was a book that was clearly meant to be an ongoing, but that's with Marvel's new thing is that after like 5 issues, the initial arc, if it isn't selling well, they just cut it off, which sucks because this is a book that had a lot of potential to it. Like, I just sounded like Tony Dungy right there. This book has a lot of potential. Um, yeah, so that's what I love. The thing is, this book did have a lot of potential, and Steve Orlando's not unaccustomed to writing teams. He would actually wrote Justice League of America during DC Rebirth, that team where it was Batman and a bunch of characters from that were part of TV shows like Killer Frost and the second Adam. Lobo was on the team. Yeah. It's literally Batman and the TV DC superheroes. But yeah, I digress. So the comic was meant to be like an alternative. You weren't liking it was kind of nice to have another Avengers title. I think there was a time where there were too many Avengers titles, but now there's only Jed McKay's Avengers, and I do like it. But this one gave you basically like fun, like that one's more of a series of cohesive title, and a very story driven. This was more like Avengers Assemble was basically like to give you fun adventures, like an Avengers team that felt like classic Avengers. I mean, look at the team alone. Steve Rogers, She-Hulk, Photon, Hawkeye, Wonder Man, Hercules, Shang-Chi. You also had other characters that were a part of this, like Wasp, Living Lightning, and Lightspeed from the Power Pack. All of them really cool. Like, it was all like a bunch of, like, yeah, some of them are B-list superheroes with Steve leading the team. Oh, and Night Thrasher, I forgot too. Like, Night Thrasher's a part here too, where you have a bunch of like B-list superheroes, but you have Cap leading them, and that's what the Avengers originally was just, Steve or some A-list superhero leading the Avengers team on a mission, going out there. And yeah, it really felt like the Avengers Blood Hunt tie-in felt like a backdoor pilot to this. But yeah, I liked it, and it sucks that we don't get this. So let's talk about the story. The story is that that Steve Rogers has gone back to the Avengers mansion with Jarvis in order to build a emergency response Avengers team. Just in case, because there's only one Avengers team. If like Carol and her Avengers are unable to reach anyone, they can basically go and like Steve's team can go in and help. That's what it was meant to be. And he brought together all these other heroes that he knows he can trust and fight with. But there is this overarching thing with the Serpent Society that involves Mephisto. I'm not going to talk too deep into it, but yeah, that's kind of the overarching story, because there's basically a lot of like, if you liked like Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon, it's kind of like that with Avengers, where it was a bunch of fun superheroes that don't get a lot of spotlight with Steve, and they have like these fun romps. I don't understand why this didn't sell well. A lot of these were fan favorite characters. There's also like that's the thing, is that this comic just felt fun. That was the biggest thing with this book, is that it was just all around a fun story. And you had all these great, like, it's fun to see Clint Barton, who was, Clint has been pushed to the wayside a lot lately. I don't know if it's because, like, after the Hawkeye show, people, like, Marvel just went, we don't need Clint anymore. So to see Clint Barton back here is really cool. No disrespect to Kate Bishop. But it is fun to see, like, Clint here. And he's not the butt of everyone's joke. That's the other thing, is that there was a lot of, like, oh, Clint is just the Archer and he's just an asshole. No one really likes him, but he's here. Here it's like, no, Clint is a valuable member of the team and people actually respect him. You also have, like, Shang-Chi, who is he's still getting into the groove of things, because he was seen as a criminal warlord who did battle the Avengers. But Steve was like, no, I wanted you here. And then you had other new characters. Again, Lightspeed was here. Night Thrasher was here. And again, Herc was. It's always fun to see Hercules here, and he was like, "When Steve called, I arrived for the party." Yeah, there's also like some great character moments too. Of like the team is just like cutting cards and shit like that, and then there's other times where they're fighting like Red Ghost and the Super Apes, and you also again have the Serpent Society with a new member, Titanoboa, which was a lot of fun. This book, it sucks because it even ends on like we were going to get into their story arc. Like it literally ends with, and what comes next will be nothing short of astonishing. No, it won't. This ends. Yeah, This book had so much potential, and no one's going to use it. The one thing I didn't like about it, and it's kind of a minuscule thing. The one thing I don't like about it is the jackets. I didn't like the matching jackets. I thought that was dumb. It just looks like unneeded. It looks like something out of Forceworks. You know what I mean? Like it looks like out of a 90s era comic where it's unnecessary. The matching flight jackets, which all look dumb on the characters because they're still wearing like their costumes. And I know like Night Thrasher builds them and has like a special reason for them, but like even in then I'm like, this is dumb. Like these even when you're wearing the jacket over your costume, that's equally stupid. I hate that. So that's really the only thing that really bothered me, other than the fact that this book was egregiously overlooked. So would I recommend Avengers Assemble the Serpent scenario? Yeah, hell yeah. If you want like a fun Avengers series that makes you wish you had more of like this, check it out. And Chris, thank you once again for this book. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this review. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.